Hello. Today I'm doing my LS Group 3B DODL lesson plan fall 2024. To start off, we're going to be doing context and grade level. Our class consists of a large number of English learners, with 9 of the 24 being emergent bilingual. 3 of the 24 students are classified as having a disability, in which our class is also lower on the end of social financing, standing with 14 of our 24 students being classified as lower class 7. The co-teaching model we chose was we're going to allow students to decide which of the 3 activities they would like to participate in and then move to the correlating station. The content standards we chose was 3.1. Students describe the physical and human geography and use maps, tables, graphs, photographs, and charts to organize information and people, places, and environments in a spatial context. Learning objective: state what you want your students to know, understand, and or be able to do by the end of the lesson. The learning objective we chose was HSS 3.11. Scholars will be able to identify geographical features in their local region through Google searches, mind maps, or flashcards with 6 details. The level of Bloom's taxonomy we used was: remember, as students are identifying geographical features. Some of the academic vocabulary we intend on using would be things such as feature, region, mind map, geographical, geography, stations. And for our lesson, it's going to take about 10 minutes for the first part, which is the anticipatory set, which is we're going to use students' prior knowledge to engage their interests. In the target content, state the content's connection to prior learning knowledge for students. Essentially, the lesson plan allows UDL because students have their own choice in what they want to do. And this is the whole point of our lesson plan. For the practice and body, we're going to provide clear information, modeling objectives related guided practice. And we're going to provide learning experiences for students to explore and develop their understanding of the target content with teacher. Higher order thinking: explain how students engage and explain how you will engage all students in higher order thinking, analysis, synthesis, evaluation, interpretation to advance your understanding of the specific content. For evaluate close, we're going to be doing independent practice where students practice newly acquired newly acquired learning on their own. For the rationale, it's going to be this lesson is defined heavily around social learning theory by Albert Bandura. The 3 activities in this lesson are made and designed in a way that allows students to work together, listen to each other, and interact with each other. It will allow for shared learning to happen and for the students to help each other. The teachers will introduce each station activity modeling and eases students into working with each other. This is where higher learning happens, and students will each have their own activity in their own way. UDL principles are present in this lesson in different ways, the most obvious one being that the students can choose which of the 3 stations they would like to work for our response to the independent practice. It's going to be once the 25-minute stations is finished, students will go back to their desk and be handed a sheet of paper that has 6 different spaces. The 6 spaces will be titled towards a different region of California. This will provide a minimum of 6 details. For our anticipatory set, begin the lesson by asking students if they've ever been on a trip before, wait for student answers, and then lead those answers into a discussion on how different regions were traveled to. Our objective would be today we will learn to explore different regions of our own state of California. And this lesson plan is SJE friendly in a few ways, like students can compare their home regions to other regions around California so that they can compare and contrast how different regions are. And that's just a basic rundown of what we're doing. On other pages, we can see we have other things such as IEP 504, IEP Kids and Gifted Emotional Behavior Needs. This is basically covering the response to technological materials. This is covering assessments. There will be at the end, we're going to have an open discussion with the class led by the teachers to ask about their prior knowledge through questions focused on California or any trips the students have been on. The students will ask the student to say in regards to the region they were in and how it may be different if they were to live there. Checking for understanding, one of the three teachers will be monitoring each station and observing the students as they work. And they will occasionally step in to ask a student question related to their current work. Our response to the formative or summative assessment, asking us how you determine your students met the target objective, how might your students self-assess their outcomes. Our response to that would be there were two ways of determining if our students met the target objectives. The first is with the formative assessment, which is done through monitoring, observing, and listening to the students discuss both during the group work body and during the post-lesson debrief. Ultimately, our lesson plan is here to have students make a choice on what they want to learn and how they can compare local fauna to their own homes.